So this bag took over 60 hours to make, so I thought I would share the process of how I got there. So I don't know if it was just my timeline, but I started seeing all these beautiful hand embroidered art pieces of faces and thought, how hard could that possibly be? So after watching a few videos, I then selected the image I wanted to embroider, and this was it. So then I just sketched the image out on some old canvas I had from another project and started the beading process. Oh my god, these tutorials on TikTok make it seem like it's so quick and easy, but this process literally took me like 4 days of 6 hours sitting there and just beating until I finally got an image sort of that looks like the picture I started with. I'm not gonna lie, it seriously looks a mess until you're at the very final stages and you can kind of see the image coming together. But I think she really pulled through in the end. I think the hand details are a little bit lost, but I think the general image is still there, so I'm pretty happy with that. Next was to make the bag. I don't own a sewing machine, so I actually had to hand stitch this entire thing to make the bag shape. Once I had that, then I just sewed the embroidered piece over the top. I made the lining from a pair of old pants I had that I never wore, but I really love the pattern. Then I just hammered in some eyelets where the chain for the strap would thread through. But this chain was the bane of my existence. I bought a bolt cutter specifically for this art project and it barely made a dent in it. Like you can see, there's only like a little divot where I was cutting for like an hour. So I took it back to the hardware store where the guy used an industrial bolt cutter and then he was able to pull it apart. Thank you, this man was my hero. I found these heart-shaped keychains online for like $1, so that was a good steal. And I just fed the chain through on each end so that it would make the full strap. Next, I sewed, is that a word? Sewed? No, sewed. Next, I sewed 3 magnets on the inside just so that the bag would close. I did notice because I used velvet, it's not a very hard material, so where the embroidery hangs on the front, it was dipping a little bit, so the magnets would help pull it up nice and flat, so it would be flush while you're holding the purse upright. And this is me just testing that the magnets all work and line up. And there you have it. There is the final bag. 60 plus hours, but I still think it's kind of worth it. If you're going to attempt this like me, don't be an idiot, buy a sewing machine, and then also something to help with your neck pain because you're going to have a lot from embroidering for hours on it. But thanks for watching to all 4 of my viewers out there, and I hope this inspires you to get creative.